Hey guys, good morning and welcome back again to your Unacademy English channel. I hope all of you are doing great, having a good time. So my dear students, this particular video is basically for all the NEET 2026 aspirants. And in this particular video, which is going to be very short and precise, I'll talk about the level of the upcoming NEET 2026 examination. So first of all, you must be thinking on what basis I'm going to talk about the level of the NEET 2026 examination. My dear students, since it's been almost like 1-2 days, NTA has released the official sample paper and NTA has released the NTA Abhyas questions as well. When I analyze the sample paper, when I analyze the NTA Abhyas papers, I came to some conclusion basically when it comes to the subject chemistry. First of all, when I saw the questions of the physical chemistry, my dear students, the level of those questions was same as that of the level of NEET 2021, 2022, 2023, right? And the best part was, whatever things I keep on telling you in all my sessions, that this is the important topic of this chapter, this is the important topic of this chapter, questions have been frequently asked from this particular topic, questions are frequently asked from this particular topic. Again, in the sample paper, the questions are asked from the repeated topics only. For example, if I talk about the thermodynamics, in thermodynamics, they have given the question from spontaneity, wherein you use the formula delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta S. The question is based on work. For example, talk about chemical bonding. Questions are asked from the topic shape and geometry, hybridization. So basically, the small videos which I keep on posting almost every single week, wherein I keep on telling you, yes, these are the topics which have been frequently asked from this particular chapter in the earlier NEET examinations. Again, in the sample paper, I found the questions were the similar pattern. I did not find a single new pattern of the question which was there in the sample paper. And talking about the level of the sample paper, the level of the sample paper is again the same as that of your NEET 2021, 2022 or even 2023, 2024 examination, right? Since we saw certain changes in the NEET examination in the year 2025, right? In your physics, the paper was comparatively difficult. But again, when you see the physics section of the sample paper this year also, right? The paper seems pretty like easy to moderate. It's not difficult. I did not find a single question which was difficult basically. But when I talk about the subject biology, in the sample paper, I could find some 2 to 3 questions which were not in NCERT, which are out of NCERT. So we can take one more hint from here that in your biology, there can be, in the actual paper, there can be like 2-3 questions out of NCERT as well, which I think most of the times happens. In biology, 2-3 questions will be there, which will be out of NCERT. So again, in the sample paper, they have, given the, I take it as hint basically. So that's why I'm telling you all this, so that you be prepared about all this. Perfect. When it comes to the inorganic chemistry, in inorganic chemistry, if I look at the sample paper of inorganic, in inorganic chemistry, questions again have been taken from the NCERT. Line by line questions have been taken from the NCERT. That too from the short topics of NCERT. For example, as I already mentioned in chemical bonding, what are the short topics from which question comes every year? It's hybridization, it's VSCPR, it's MOT. Again, when you look at the sample paper, when you look at the NTA Abhyas papers which are given, right? Again, the questions have been asked from the same topics only. So my dear students, what I would suggest you at this particular point of time, the level of the, first of all, the level of the NEET 2026 examination, as I could see the sample paper, the NTA Abhyas questions, the level is going to be remaining the same. Whatever has been the level in the NEET 2024, 2023, 2022, I believe, right, after looking at the sample paper, the level is going to remain the same. Now, what you have to do for the upcoming 2 months, that's something which I'm going to talk about now. So basically, I would highly recommend you to solve at least last 10-year PYQs of NEET as well as JEE Mains. Why am I telling you to solve those last 10-year PYQs of JEE Mains and NEET? Because by solving those questions, you will understand what are the most important topics of the chapter. What are the topics in a chapter which are frequently touched in the examination, right? Because in the sample paper, the questions are again from the same topics only. Perfect. So my recommendation at this particular point of time would be to solve at least last 10-year PYQs of NEET, last 10-year PYQs of JEE Mains examination. No need to go and solve the JEE advanced questions. No, don't waste your time in that. Perfect. Solve more and more mock tests. Do not think about the consequences. Just follow the process, right? Just make sure that you give your best for the upcoming 2 months. Perfect. And take this thought out of your mind. What if I don't get selected? What if this happens during the exam? What if that happens, right? This is not the time to think about all those lines. right? So my dear students, finally, if I conclude, as far as the hints which are given in the sample paper in the NTA Abhyas papers, let me tell you, the level is going to remain the same. It's not going to be difficult. It's going to remain in the category of easy to moderate, right? The best part is go through your NCERT line by line when it comes to the subject biology as well as the subject inorganic. At the same time, when I saw the organic chemistry questions were direct, guys. Direct questions. Questions were not based on the mechanism or something. No. Questions are not based on that. You can also see the paper. The questions are direct. Which reaction is this? Hoffman bromide reaction. Which reaction is this? Aldol reaction. Which reaction is this? Etc. etc. Something like that. Perfect. So it's high time to read your NCERT line by line and make sure you follow all these things blindly for the upcoming 2 months so that you won't have any sort of regret after 2 months. What if I would have done this? What if I would have done that? No. Right? So make sure you give some like 12 to 14 hours every single day so that you can maximize your efficiency, maximize your score when it comes to the NEET 2026 examination. And at the same time, there will be a lot of students watching me right now who would right now want to start their preparation, or they would be having a lot of syllabus pending at this particular point of time. My dear students, I would tell you honestly one thing, this particular channel is the best resource for all of you. You just need to go to the playlist. In the playlist, you'll find in the playlist section, you'll find a lot of playlists like Game of NEET 3.0, Game of NEET 2.0, right? Wherein entire syllabus has been covered. You can check the chapters, all the syllabus you will find in those playlists, right? Or there'll be a lot of students who will be looking for just the revision, right? And right now we are currently conducting a series on this particular channel, wherein we are completing, for example, class 12th physical chemistry in one session, class 11th inorganic chemistry in one session, class 11th physics in one session, something like that, right? If you are looking for the revision, you can consult that particular series as well. So you can consider this particular channel as the best resource for your revision, for the completion of the backlogs, for the question practice, every single thing you're going to find in the playlist basically, right? So use those playlists effectively, properly, so that you can maximize your scores when it comes to the NEET 2026 examination. And my dear students, in the last 2 months, what matters the most? How many questions you solve basically. How many questions you solve. That matters the most in the last 2 months. So it's high time to solve as many questions as possible. It is high time to write as many mock tests as possible so that when you actually sit into the NEET 2026 examination, you won't find it different because you have already written some 40 to 50 mock tests till now, right? Till the NEET 2026 examination. So basically, I want you guys to have that particular mindset. Start solving as many mock tests as possible. Start with the part syllabus mock tests, then go for the full syllabus mock test. At least you have got some 60 days almost, right? In 60 days, you can solve some minimum 30 to 40 mock tests you should solve before writing the NEET 2026 examination. Otherwise, it will be very difficult for you to handle the exam pressure, right? To handle the atmosphere of the examination. That is something which you need to work upon at this particular point of time and solve as many questions as possible, right? That's going to help you out a lot. Trust me on that. Perfect. So again, if I summarize whatever I said, the level of the NEET 2026 examination after looking at the sample papers is going to be similar to that of the level of the NEET 2021, 2022, 2023 and 2024 examination. Perfect. No need to worry. No need to create panic or something. No, the level is going to be the same. Just focus on the most important topics in every single chapter, prioritize them the most, right? And shoot the bullseye. Perfect. So I thought to share this experience with all of you because I was going through all these papers and all, analyzing them, and finally I came out to this conclusion that there are no new patterns of the questions which are there in the sample papers. The questions are repeated, perfect, based on the same concepts, which are short concepts of every chapter. Just do those topics sincerely, and I believe you can easily jump your scores. You can easily, crack this NEET 2026 examination with an amazing score, right? And at the same time, one more thing at the end, my dear students, if the NEET 2026 paper is coming according to the sample paper, according to the level of the sample paper, then understand the cutoff is going to rise. It is not going to remain the same as we saw in NEET 2025. No, the cutoff is going to rise for sure. Perfect. For example, whatever was your cutoff in NEET 2023 in your respective states, similar cutoff you would see this year also if the level remains the same as is mentioned in the as what I've seen in the sample papers basically, right? So take care, wishing you all the luck. God bless you all, and I'll see you today exactly at 8 p.m. right, wherein I'll be taking a session on this particular channel, and I shall be solving some like 100 200 questions of your class 11th physical chemistry as well, right? Take care, God bless you all, and love you all guys. Bye bye.